This build will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Just like me.
As they say, without torture, there is no sight.
Hello everyone, I'm TG and welcome back to the House of Sleaze. Today we're taking a look at a build for Nicholai that's going to turn all his rifles into machine guns. We're brushing off our old full gun deck and we're going to show those survivors that we don't care how much knockback their shotguns have. We got a little something up our sleeve that's even better. First we're going with Extermination, which is going to render Nemesis immune to any damage or stuns whenever he uses Exterminate, and it's going to cause him to do some big damage. Next, I'm using Blood Trail, so that way we can get the double tracking on survivors and do as much damage as possible. And next, most importantly, Mag Expansion. This is going to increase firearm ammo and duration. Now onto his exclusive cards. First, we're using Radar Pulse, which is really the best option here because Sniper Mod doesn't have much use and turrets are the hottest hot garbage. Next, we're using the mighty AP Gator, and this is going to combo with our Mag Expansion to give us a 2-shot, 800 damage beast in Area 3. For his equipment, I'm actually changing things up. I'm using Large Caliber Barrel 3, Modified Gear 2, Cooling Fan 3, and Modified Recoil Spring 2. This setup is going to make it so I do big damage with my guns, I can jump in and out of them, and if I do go down, I can recover in seconds. Modified Recoil Spring 2 is going to make it so the time between each shot is almost non-existent. Every rifle shot is going to be like a little machine gun. Now, one final note is you do have options here. If you don't want to use Modified Gear 2, you can actually use Modified Recoil Spring 1 or Reinforced Bearing. It really depends on how you play and what feels right. Personally, I think Modified Gear 2 is the way to go, just because you're going to be jumping in and out of your guns all the time, and if there's someone like a January, you really want to have that speed. Lastly, we'll take a look at his deck, and this is a pretty standard gun deck for Nicholai. We're using the Tracker Mine, Electro Mag Shield, Quick Draw, Energy Booster Firearms, Immobilizing Rounds, and every firearm you can get your hands on with the exception of the turrets. We're also using two mods, Converter Mod Firearms and Efficiency Mod Firearms. So what we're really working towards here is getting the grenade launcher out as much as possible, and before you even think it, no, extended magazine does not affect your grenade launcher rounds. But fear not, you do still have 2 shots on your AP Gator. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys a match I played earlier using this build, and you'll see the only real downside is your own accuracy. If you can get good with these guns, you can really cause some destruction. Enjoy. So we got a pretty well balanced team here, and there's no January, so thank the gods for that, as she is the bane of this build, as she is of so many. We're using a liquor preset here, so what I want to do is aggravate them and keep them distracted with the liquor while I lay down the suppressing fire. Well, now that was a good shot.
Run.
Oh, Sammy. Little Sam. Gotcha.
This device will not be used. I only need to slow you to end.
So the other unfortunate thing about using this build, just like so many Nicholai builds, is they adapt to it quite easily. As soon as you start shooting them, they're going to realize, there's no creatures, I want to be looking up. So you want to mix in as many tracker mines as you can, as well as your preset. You probably want to change things up. I'm just using the liquor preset because I didn't really have another preset that would fit, but you want to use one that is very trap heavy. You might want to consider using an Alex style preset, and that works pretty good because it splits their focus from cameras and looking at the ground. And this Valerie, whenever she disrespects you like that, you just gotta shoot her in the face.
Ah, you have a key. I doubt you will live to use it.
So you can also switch out your immobilizing rounds for the CO2 canisters. Personally, I like the immobilizing rounds because it freezes them in place and allows me to lay down some machine gun fire.
Stand still!
You might also want to use some leg hold traps in your preset, because that way, again, it holds them in place and allows you to get some shots off. Ooh, look at that damage. Again, the only real weakness aside from January in this build is your own accuracy. My accuracy is, shall we say, a little bit suspect sometimes, so things don't always go as planned. But the more you use this build, the better you'll get.
That was so easy!
Bloop.
Do not be pleased with yourself.
There are few sounds more satisfying than that of a grenade launcher. Ah, Becca knows where to stand. See, this situation right here is where you might be hurting if you're not using your reinforced bearing. But overall, I'd rather have the modified gear. And what do you know, another grenade launcher. A ploop.
So many made it this far.
So we force Valerie to use her heal. That's excellent. You want to get her to use that as early as possible. And look at those shots. So going into area 2, 3.5 minutes, and that ain't not bad. Now the fun really begins, because this is where we're going to start seeing Nemesis. As you can see, he's already just itching to come out, and I can't wait. So we got Yurik up top in the best possible spot in my opinion. All we need to do now is just wait for them to come out. Let's get some goop going. Oh, Valerie. You silly girl. So Mag Expansion has the added benefit of causing them to hide. It's going to make it so you can really suppress them, because they are not sure how much ammo you have left. Typically, whenever you're playing any other Mastermind, you can kind of gauge how many bullets he has left. But with Mag Expansion, it's a little more difficult, and they just really have to wait until you stop firing. So here he comes, the man of the hour. And unfortunately, I missed with that exterminate. It wasn't the best place to drop Nemesis, but you can probably get off about 3 exterminates. So missing the first one is not so bad. I'd give Sam these big old monkey swings. And he thinks he can escape, but he doesn't know I'm using exterminate, so he's still going to take splash damage. And he is quite tough. He's going for immortal, so that's always annoying, especially when using guns. Not the best Nemesis play there. Oh, I was so close to not getting him there. My deck was not cooperating. So you'll notice Blood Trail is different from regular tracking, in case you didn't know. Blood Trail has the red square on top of their head, whereas the tracking has the little eye icon, and they stack. So if you're using the variant of Nemesis where tracking makes him come out earlier, those two actually stack, but even if you're not, you're still going to do added damage to someone who is double tracked.
You children, you have no hope against me now.
And we're going to go on the offense. That's right. Well, things have gone not too bad, I'd say. This room's not great because there's only the one camera and it's such a huge area. So once that camera goes down, you're kind of up shit's creek. But hopefully I can get him. No, almost.
Without torture, there is no.
Where the hell did Sam get that Gatling gun? That's my job.
To the best of us. Not often to me, but hey, it happens.
So I don't think I'm going to be able to get him. But let's Just ploop her up. There we go. Unfortunately, she got the heal off before I got that. Now let's just see if we can keep them in this room a little bit longer and get at least one more of them. Oh, Becca. Where are you going, Becca? Where are you going? Haha. Oh, there's Valerie's heal.
Thank you.
Oh, that MQ is really hurting me. So here comes Sam. He's trying to get the last terminal. Hopefully, I can get Nemesis out one more time before this area is all over. And we can stop him from getting to area 3. There we go, get the double goo. And lay down the suppressive fire. If I can get Sam down here, I'm pretty confident that it'll be over. But it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So we'll just drop Nemesis here in the same spot, ironically, and try to do a little bit better.
Strange world we live in.
I can't believe that didn't get Becca down. No, I'm coming. Oh, nice try closing that door, girl. And Sam. Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff.
Now I shall end this.
Ah, she was just out of range. No! I just had a feeling she had the first aid spray. Now they're gonna get to area 3, but they're just about out of time. So it's not a big deal. And they are not gonna have all 4 of them at the exit.
There's plenty of time.
So going into area 3 with a timeout and only 75 seconds is the best case scenario. I don't think they're going to be coming back from this.
Still living.
And though effective, I don't really like to use this build too often, but it is a lot of fun and it does counter the shotgun meta quite well. But here at TG, we are just looking for fun builds. They don't all have to be viable, they don't all have to be the best, but they certainly have to be unique and we certainly have to be having fun. Because what some people don't understand is this is a video game. I know that shocks a lot of people. But it really is all just about having fun. And oh my, that AP Gator. Having 2 shots on that AP Gator will win you games, I'm telling you. So that was Gatling Gun Nicholai. Very strong build, but also a very easily countered build. So I encourage you to try it out and let me know what you think down below. As always, I'm TG. If you like what you saw, you know what to do. If not,
But you were not good enough.
keep it sleazy.